Side of the room. We'll set embargo towards the end of 10:30 this evening. Start with Ian.
Hello, Pep. Obviously, big day at the weekend, another trophy for you as well. Does that give more belief that this could be an even more special week with the matches you've got ahead?
Well, good afternoon. It's different competitions, but of course it's better to travel to Bournemouth with the feeling that we won the FA Cup than that the opposite. But it's different competition, so at the end it should have not happened what happened. We should travel in the same time to Bournemouth to try to get the result.
How are you feeling about this week?
Bournemouth, 16 or 70 games and, unbeaten. So the run is unbelievable. So the season again with Iraola, what they have done with losing 3 players in the back 4 for last season, have a success and still again do it. When you are in the Premier League, 60, 70 games without lose a game, and only chance we have is win a game. So we have to break that run, otherwise we'll be over.
In your opinion, how difficult is this game? We often talk up opponents and talk about the match of the weekend will be tough no matter the opponent. But this Bournemouth, given the record they've got, like you just mentioned, the fact they can still go for the Champions League.
Yeah, always is difficult. Always have been. Always they have been since the last years. Have been a real tough games. And last season we was in the Premier League, one of the worst defeats, of worst performance. I think expressed that game, start everything like we lost for the 8-9 years, and at the same time when we play quarterfinals, the FA Cup, before to come back to Wembley last season, we played really good. So we see which phase we can do tomorrow. But of course, so we have 3 days. They have 10 days to prepare that game. They play to qualify for the Champions League. So I think they have an argument to be the best version of the best performance of Bournemouth. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. And when you arrive in the last fixtures, when you play for something important, the opponent already don't play for anything, so it's easier. So that is not the case tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure 10 days just thinking on us. So now we start to think on them. So, but this is what it is. When the people say, play in the same conditions, never. In the teams we play in Europe, so on the last stages always you play in different conditions, but we are used to. It happened in Chelsea, have 1 week to prepare the final, we have 3 days to prepare the final, and tips and so on, but at the same time, well, prepare the best way, knowing exactly what you have to do. So it's not much complicated. So we have to win and try to, win the hopes for the last game at home against Aston Villa.
Hi, Pep. Will you get a chance to watch the game tonight?
I don't know. Maybe, we'll take a look for sure, but still in 3 days I have the job against Bournemouth to see what I have to show to the players still is not done, so I don't know, have time. We'll see.
As a serial winner, as someone who's used to winning so much, how have you coped with not being in control of this title race and your fate being in someone else's hands?
It happens sometimes in my life, arrive at the end. Important to arrive at the end with options. All we want is with our people in the last game to have to try to fight in the extend these 4 or 5 days with Aston Villa, and exactly what you have to do is win Bournemouth.
And what's the approach this week? Is it more training, more intensity, more meetings, or is it usual?
3 days. Normally I don't train much. Energy for tomorrow. Last game you have chance to fight. Of course, we have more time to prepare better the training. With energy, the mindset in the right spot. So sometimes when you have alternative win, the tactic is important, but relatively because we have already talked a lot for the last month or what you have to do.
Antoine Semenyo's had a huge impact for you, Pep. How is he feeling going back to Bournemouth, do you know?
I didn't speak with him, so I don't know. Hopefully fine. And hopefully in the good mentality and good mindset. It's not easy sometimes to come back a place like you were so appreciated and had an incredible good performance with his old mates, old manager, staff. So, but hopefully he knows that what we are playing for.
Does it help you that Bournemouth still have an awful lot to play for going for Champions League? It makes it almost like a one-off game that both teams need to win.
Yeah. absolutely. That is another difficulty that we have.
Good spirits, everybody? I know you said there was no time to celebrate, but everybody totally focused, concentrated?
Yesterday, recovery. Now we're going to train this afternoon, and yeah, I hope so. We'll be ready.
Hi, Pep. Well, it would appear you have a fully fit squad now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, how good's that? I mean, to get to this stage of the season and not have any injuries.
Unfortunately, it could not happen 6 months ago. So, but it's happened during the season with this calendar and everything. So, it's what it is.
Pep, on tonight's game, a lot of people write off Burnley, but they have drawn at Bournemouth, they have drawn at Liverpool, they have drawn at Chelsea. Have you any motivation or any thoughts on what they can do tonight to do you a big favour ahead of your matches?
Here in England, the teams always do the best. You know, look for example, Leeds is already safe and playing against Spurs away and behave incredible and take a draw. Brighton is playing for even competition. Yesterday they beat him. So here in England, all the teams, they do their best to win. In that sense, always is so loyal. So I don't have any doubt they would try. So no doubts.
And when you're saying about, you might watch the game, you might not, you don't know yet because there's so much to do. I just wonder, do you get nervous even at this stage in your career about these things? Because you're used to matches and what you have to do, but with Arsenal playing, do you get nervous about maybe the last stages of the West Ham game or what might happen tonight?
No, the normal one. It's nice to have the feeling that a little bit, but under control, I would say. So in the beginning, my stages as a manager was more anxious, a little bit more anxious and nervous. And now it's just focus and prepare what they have to tell to the players, what they have to training, which players you have to use, which players you have to the bench to make a good impact. So this is the point.
Salim Margaret for 10:30 BBC. Jamie.